Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Tuesday, the 31st of March, 2015, the end of the first quarter. We will have first quarter, end of quarter window dressing for sure on Tuesday. We saw some of it on Monday. We'll take a look at what that looked like from an intraday basis, but this is very common for the market to be it's pretty unexciting in the last day or two of the quarter. Hopefully that means, as we talked about in the weekend preview, we can have some opportunities on Wednesday. Sometimes they immediately come out of the gate. Market gets freed up once that new quarter begins. Friday, remember, we have a U.S. bank holiday. Markets are closed. Actually, we don't have a bank holiday. Just the stock market's closed. The banks are actually open. Strange. Very unusual. Okay, so here's the ES front month futures contract. You can see that we had an up day. That'll be more clear when we look at the intraday. Makes it look like it was a big up day. It was actually a big gap and go session. S&P gained 25 points. There's the S&P cash index, puts us right in the middle of last month's range. Here's the NDX. Here you can see the gap a little more clearly, up 50 points. Most of it was a gap. Here's the stocks up 9, recovering off of that big sell-off last week. Biotech's up 40, bouncing back to that 10 EMA. We've got Google up 3.5. We've got Apple up 3. We've got the VIX down 0.56 to 1451. That's settling into a neutral area as well. Crude oil closed down a little bit at 48.68. Gold was also down 15. And let's take a look at the volume number. Closing volume 1.64. So pretty light after recovering back on Wednesday and Thursday of last week. Then Friday was poor. Today's poor. Wouldn't be surprising to see very light volume again on Tuesday to get those statements printed. All right, let's take a look at the intraday action on the futures and see what we can see. So this is the 5-minute chart of the ES front month futures contract. And again, you can see the big gap up Monday morning. So over half the move for the day was a gap up. We then surged higher for about 15 minutes and then really flattened out for 2 hours or more. Drifted up a little bit over lunch, pulled back a bit, and the last 2 hours dead flat as well. So that is, except for the gap part, commonly what end of quarter window dressing looks like. Usually they've got, the big players have these prices pegged to where they approximately want to see them. Obviously they can't control them to the penny by the time you get into the last day or two. Wouldn't surprise me actually if we came back a little bit down tomorrow, just because we're nowhere near that pricing on Friday, and obviously very clearly Friday they were very flat, like that's where they wanted things to close out for the quarter. So this gap up kind of moved us away from that. Here's a look at the Nasdaq Futures. Again, the gap up, and that was it. I mean, the opening 20 minutes or so, that's the range for the day. Never broke the highs or lows again. And, half of the total move for the day, if not more, is the gap up. So that's not as tradable as we'd like it to be when we see a plus 50 down the Nasdaq, obviously. All right, so that's it. We'll focus on going into Tuesday. We've got the Case-Shiller 20-City Index. And then the Chicago PMI 15 minutes into the market, consumer confidence 30 minutes in. Those can both move the market for sure. So we'll see if we get any activity out of that. Again, don't be surprised if we do head back a bit to come fill that gap. And then Wednesday is first day of the new quarter and April Fools. Have a great trading day. We'll be in the lab as usual helping you make money. Charts brought to you by eSignal.